Begin, let's go. Ready? Ready for this one? I really don't need to push him for the start to start on time, you know. Otherwise, it wouldn't start on time, then it's just, come on, let's go. So we are about to see the start of the last game on day 5 of the 2022 Free Kick Youth Cup in St. Lucia. A big game. Hope all my Vincy people are logged in online to see your boys, the Vinci Ballers, play the St. Lucia Select 11. At quick glance, St. Lucia coming with a team that will be difficult to beat. And we will see how this one goes. I will be, for the first time, looking at the comments from my Vincy people to see if they are their numbers. A nice ball by Vinci Ballers to start the game. Feel just a little too short. But I will be looking for my Vincy people online. Show me your support for this team as they go up against arguably the giants of this tournament in the St. Lucia Select 11, of one of the giants. So, Vincy starting off very aggressively, but St. Lucia Select crowding them out. I will have the starting lineups for you in a moment. So for St. Lucia Select 11, I'll also be looking out for my St. Lucia people in the comments today. Show me a support for this team, which is arguably one of the best teams in the tournament. So my St. Lucia people, we have your Josh Hunt, number 6, playing a little deeper today in center back. Normally he pushes up into the midfield. Last game he did, but he will be playing in the back today. Number 3, Shaquin Prudent. Jared Desir, number 5, in the middle. Ooh. Dante Fitz, number 17, Jamal Wilfred, number 14, Shaquille William, number 22, Shemaine in Charles, number 19, Keegan Cole, number 7, Donovan Phillips, number 11, Darren Donate in goal, number 21, Mukai Emil, Rashad Eugene, Keanu Felici, Mukai Emil, Rashad Eugene is none, but instead it will be Ajani Lewis, number 16. So Williams, it looks like, is down with that hip-to-hip clash. Williams, a key player for this Vincy team, no doubt. Those back in Vincy must recognize this talent from this tall, graceful player, able to play both in the center defense as well as in defensive midfield. But from reading this roster, this is a very strong St. Lucia Select team. And for Vinci Ballers, of course, Josh Stowe in goal. Look at that composure by Stowe. Not trouble at all by the attacking players. Williams passes it into gap. Desir there to support. Stowe again very calm, but not able to put in his foot on it. We have Rishon Matias. The referee calls a penalty kick. And a very early decisive play as it looks like Pierre sacrifices his safety to get a toe to that ball, forcing the keeper Stowe to make a lunge. All he needed to do was get his toe on the ball, and he did. And of course, Stowe would tumble right into him. So played for the penalty successfully, and it is going to be, it looks like Bishon Richards that is going to take the kick. We will get back to the starting lineup in a moment. But at the very least, we know Bichon Richards is on the pitch, so we see him lining up. Keeper looks very casual. He goes down now into position, and he kicks the post in frustration. He knew he had the right side, but there simply was no stopping that penalty from Bichon Richards as he almost dented the back post. I hope there are screams and cheers in Vincy for that early start to their campaign. That is Pierre sacrificing himself, getting a toe to the ball, drawing the penalty, and Bichon Richards making no mistake. Where are my Bichon Richards people? If you're Bichon Richards, all in the comments, but this is not, I suspect this is nowhere near to the end of this top of the table clash by two very, very exciting teams from St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I will go back to the starting lineups as soon as the excitement tapers a bit. It's hardly likely for this game, but we'll make the most of it. So we see Morgan goes out. Donovan Phillips intercepted by Williams. Williams up on his feet again. Goes over the top. Two players going behind it. Donovan Phillips, and now it's a race down the line. Donovan Phillips comes back into Hunt, who changes the field, touches it back. St. Lucia still playing very good looking football. Jared Desir simply does not lose the ball. We'll see if he is able to lose it, if he finds a way to lose the ball in that midfield position. He likes to dominate the center circle, Jared Desir, and we will see if he is able to do it against his counterparts on the other team in terms of Shamron Phillips, and of course Bichon Richards, who is very creative in that center circle. There he is, Bichon putting players on the ground. He's going past 3, 4, but Hunt will have no part of that massacre. So Hunt saves 5 of his players, their pride, by cleaning up after them. And this is Pierre trying to be clever. And now it is a defeat of, hope everybody's okay after that. We heard it in the stands. So, Rishon Matias, centre back. Figo Thomas, number 14. Hold on, we see in here now, Pierre wins the kick. We have Duvani Williams, number 3. Shamron Phillips, I mentioned, number 10. Germani Davis, number 8 at right mid. We mentioned Bichon Richards. We mentioned Stephen Pierre, number 7. And of course, Denzel Bascom at center forward, number 9. So that's your lineups, and what will make for a very exciting game here today. Now we see a breakaway, and it is up, intercepted there. St. Lucia trying to penetrate, get that ball, that Keegan Cole, we know what he can do. He came on yesterday, and he was an important part of 3 goals in, keeper does well. 3 goals in 12 minutes, Keegan Cole. Didn't score all 3, but was involved in 2 of them, one being a penalty. Keeper, ball back in the hands of Josto, who goes long. But Morgan is behind it, and he just glances it wide. And chasing the ball for the throw-in is Shuman Jai Charles. And, I thought it was a handball there, but in fact, it is Williams who goes down and protecting. Williams being battered here in this first 10 minutes. Out by Donate. Back in by Fitz. Williams behind it. Williams clashes. And the ball comes outside. And in Charles is not able to deal with it. So this man taking it upon himself to make the plays offensively, being Jamal Wilfred. Of course, we've saw in earlier games with this team the likes of Naz Valsen and nice touch here by Pierre. Sorry, that's Naz Valsen, and my goodness, Deshaun Richards fires from outside, but it's going to go for 4 runs. And Raquelme Lionel, who we know can bring some fire to the attack, but Coach Francis Lastic is probably going to save them for later when the legs of the Vincentians are a little tired. So now this is going to be Donati kicks it out. Phillips is under it. Bichon on his chest. They do not find their playmaker. Now he has it, but he's muscled off by Jared this year. I tell you what, the playmaker for Vinci Ballers, Shaba Shemron Phillips, is going to have a hard time against Jared Desir in the middle of the park. He is a tough contender. He's very composed. He's strong on the ball. As clever as Shaba is, he definitely has his work cut out. So it's up in the air, and wow. Not out of danger as yet. Still not out of danger. And now it is in relative safety. Hunt playing deeper today. Tough pass by Hunt. Hunt, who sometimes play in that center defensive role with Desir. Very good pass of the ball, but today he is called upon to conduct things from a little deeper in the play in the center back role and trying to employ his playmaker skills. He makes a pass that is a bit under hit, and it takes a toll on the player. Can't see who it is from here. It may be Prudent, but we'll just have to see. So this game is a game that we were very excited for. I mean, we here in the commentary box only know of what we've seen these players play when we speak of the likes of Deshaun Richards, Shaba, Williams, Desir. It is only from what we have seen. Perhaps some of you who may be more familiar with the players in St. Lucia and St. Vincent could just cue us in to who are the ballers on Vinci Ballers behind those that are recognizable to us. And similarly, on the St. Lucia Select team, who do you consider the ballers in your village and communities on this team out here today? Who do you want to come on to change the game? In the meantime, the ball is at the feet of Darren Donati. St. Lucia playing temporarily with 10 men. He looks for Phillips. It's not going to get past Morgan. Not a lot does. Williams tries to go outside. It is not intercepted by Fitz, but it will be his ball from the throw-in. Fitz changing his hairstyle for today to throw us off in the commentary box. But we still recognize his talent, and we're able to recognize him out there on the left side, position in which he's most comfortable, both in attack and defense. And we now see Fitz, who is a very competent free kick specialist as well. But in this case, he's going to take a throw-in. So Fitz looking for a long throw, probably to the head of, it goes over Phillips. And The referee calls a free kick in a very dangerous position, also known as the Vincy position. Let's see who will kick it. Winfred, no, not Winfred, but a couple players are around it. Fitz has stood in a position to indicate he wants this. We know what he can do from this area. We have seen it with our eyes. He scored a very good free kick. They're now in the huddle. They are probably doing a round of secret rock, paper, scissors to decide who is going to kick this. We'll see if Fitz wins or loses the secret St. Lucia select rock, paper, scissors. Okay, it has been decided. Fitz loses, and it is going to be Keegan Cole who adjusts his captain's armband maybe and lines this up. He sees that space between the wall and Fitz, and he hits it for 6 runs. It goes almost out of the stadium. It is by the scoreboard. Cole, no doubt, will make up for that later in the game. A bit casual in his approach, perhaps. Fitz sees this as maybe the next one might be his, but Cole is a striker not to be trusted, regardless of whether it's a dead ball or a ball that's in play. Morgan goes up the line, and now Vincy launched the attack. Ooh, a nice pass from Peter Shaba. Shaba tries to be clever and is back at the feet of Winfred, who turns nice, but he slips. The referee recognizes that. Bishon Richards keeps it on his feet, very two-footed Bishon. Comes to Williams. Williams tries to keep it, and his long legs helps him. And it is back at Hunt. And it is going to be a throw-in for St. Lucia. St. Lucia really moving this ball around. Hunt drives it towards the gap, but it's not going to get past Morgan. Not a lot does. To Keegan Cole. Keegan Cole, the talisman on this team from what we have seen. And they go to Desir, who is not able to read the bounce. And he heads it outside. So, yes. It goes up the line. They change it. It's going towards Donovan Phillips. Fitz is behind it. Fitz takes off. Some comments being made in the stands about the speed of that winger on the far side. Can't see who it is from this distance, but we will find out. And now they try to send Keegan Cole on his way, but it's intercepted by Bishon, who passes it inside. Good strength. Still good strength. Wow. The referee finally calls a free kick for Vincy. Odd, but Bascom holding off up to 4 defenders on that occasion. Shaba is going to take this free kick, even though we see 2 players measuring for it. Shaba decides to go home, and unless his home is in the western stands, the ball comes back for a goal kick. So Tonati comes out. They play it up the middle, and they see if he loses it once, he doesn't lose it twice. Very confident play on the ball. And it's going to go to Fitz. Fitz goes up line. He goes over Phillips, tries to find Cole. And it's back in the hands of Fitz. Fitz looking for his players. He sees Desir. Desir controls it, plays it back into him. Ooh. It's clanging of ankles as Fitz knew that he was not able to control that, but he just had to push it past the defender and he would get the free kick, and mission accomplished. Even though it may be at the expense of some ice later, we heard the slapping of skin as they collided. And now it is going to be Fitz, who's very dangerous from that position with his crosses. And then this time too is goal. The keeper puts it out of play. Stove for a corner, but as we said, we know Fitz can be dangerous from that spot. And Fitz again calls for this one. He's making up for any free kicks he was denied of. He's taking his corners to make up for it. And he is going to go low this time. Fitz kicking with both feet. Kicking one with his left, one with his right. And now it is back towards Winfred, who is not able to knee control it. Over the top, a nice chest by Bascom. And Bichon trying to change the side. Fitz interrupts. It comes to Williams. Williams tries to change sides, but is intercepted. Donovan Phillips taps it for Cole. Cole rolls outside. Cole cuts back inside. And he tries a shot, but it's blocked. By number 6, Josh Hunt. So now Bichon comes outside to Pierre. Pierre is instructed to pass it down the line, and he does. But clever touch from Bascom, but not clever enough for the line. So it's going to be a throw-in for Vincy. Bascom. Poked out by Hunt. Another through from Vincy. Alexander. Shava not getting involved as he saw the referee, the linesman had his flag up. And Shaba puts his body in front of it, and the goal is open, and it's a shot from outside, but of course, referee well aware that Shaba put himself in a position not to be 10 feet back, and Hunt will get another attempt at that kick. Hunt overpassing a bit outside. Oh, it was not in play apparently. And it's going to be Donati who is going to go long. And a pass inside to Cole. Cole unable to control. Robbed by Bichon. Shaba stops, look up. Oh, Shaba. Shaba being naughty. Shaba. And he wins the free kick. Shaba being very clever. Shamron Phillips. We know what he can do with the ball, but dare he do that in the zone of the likes of Desir and Wilfred? We'll see. We see the pressure that Desir is applying on him. And it's a scramble. And now it is a nice ball to Cole from Donovan Phillips, who looks for his man, doesn't find him. It comes out to Pierre. He lets it run. He puts it down. He decides to cut back. No, he's going to go down the line. And he does. And he plays the foul. There are jeers and shouts on both sides. From where we sit, it looked a very interesting play. Pierre, the same player who sacrificed himself earlier for that penalty by what we say in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, throwing his frame for the sake of his team. But he is down now. It seems that he's getting up. Coach still running across just to make sure everything's okay. So now the medical staff has been called to come out to take a look, even though the coach is pulling him off the field. The trainer, Ricardo Arantes Hill, is there to make sure, very qualified professional. Just taking a look at him. And the coach just giving instructions to those three midfielders in Williams, Winfred, and Desir. It is out. And it's going to be in Charles, who puts it out. The ball is going to come back. Line and the throw in to be taken. Desir comes back. They move it out very quickly out to this side. Desir goes wide. And they find Fitz, who protects. He gets back up and he obviously will win the foul. Fitz. Good job at protecting. Fitz tries to change his side. Pierre puts his body in front of it. And Bishon Richards, the only one to jump in that trio. Morgan goes long. Wow, a nice pass, but it's going to be offside. We're not so sure about that. That is what my cameraman is telling me, given when the ball was kicked. But the referee's call is final, and it is going to be a offside kick. Off, looks like Mackay. Still goes long, he looks for Phillips. Phillips controls well, looks for his man, a little long, and now Shaba is behind it. Shaba is fouled. Williams has it. Ooh, Williams with this lanky frame gets around his man. Bishon, very, very strong on the ball, but Pierre gets it. Pierre runs down the line, tries to find Bascom. Bascom not there, and it is cleared. No, it's not. It's still in play. And it is going to be a throw-in for St. Lucia. Up the line towards Cole. Cole put his foot on it, but not enough, so Morgan intercepts. Morgan comes outside to Pierre, who goes to Bishon. Bishon Richards pushed from behind. Winfred doing the necessary, and it restarted very quickly, catching them off guard. Pierre goes last post, and he goes over the bar. Pierre putting his flaps down, perhaps, when they should have been up to force that shot down, and it's going to be Shamron Phillips, to take the corner. Williams goes inside. Williams is up, but the keeper comes. It's not out of danger. And a long pass towards Cole, but it finds instead Josh Stowe. Stowe goes wide. Ooh, it's a little long. And now Phillips has it at his feet. He tries to get around the defender, but it's not. And it goes out. That is Williams, I believe, who pushed it out. William, not one William, not many Williams. So Williams pushes it out for a throw-in. And it's going to restart from the right back position. Williams showing himself. William marking Williams. And this is Williams on the ball, with William approaching. Nice chest down from Mackay. Comes inside, but Wilfred has it. He changes direction, skips the sliding tackle. It comes wide and plays back inside to Desir, who's managed to get it. And a play is down. The referee is probably going to stop play. It looks like Mackay, but we'll have to see when it gets up. Looks like Emil Mackay is down. Fans cheering him on to get up. St. Lucian's passionate people. Fitz goes inside. He finds Cole. It's a defeater Pierre. Pierre looks for a long ball, but it goes right back to Donati. who comes out to Hunt. Hunt looking for his options. He finds Wilfred. Wilfred looks for Desir. Doesn't find him. Wilfred tackles back to win it back. Bishon showing clever play on the line. And he makes a cross and he finds his man. And now is it goal? What a goal. It is Bascom who puts it away, fakes on his right, comes back to his left. And these boys from Vincy are flying. Bishon Richards just burning up this left side, showing his footwork, a very two-footed player. And he finds his pass with his left foot to Bascom, who then faked with the right and slotted it home with his left. Vinci boys now 2-0 up. We will check any comments from how the Vinci supporters feel about this 2-0 lead against, as I said, this is a very good St. Lucia team, arguably one of the best, but they have their work ahead of them, and we know that they have assassins in reserve with the likes of Riquelme, Lionel, and Naz Valsin. So no doubt the St. Lucian fans are not worried at all about coming back late in this game. So far, we have 10 more minutes in the first half, roughly 10 minutes to play. And it's up in the air. Desir kicks it. Phillips not able to put his foot on it. And it's up and over, it's headed forward. And cleared out. Shaba puts his foot on it. Shaba tries to find, he doesn't pass Winfred. Keegan Cole with a shot that goes wide. Cole, you get the sense that Cole is just getting warmed up. This is exactly the sort of motivation that Cole needs for this Vinci side to piss him off and force him into scoring another double as he did yesterday. Meanwhile, Morgan, Bishon, comes outside to Alexander, but he wasn't fully prepared for that pass. Cole puts it back. It deflects, headed down. Cole is behind it. Winfred is behind it, and Winfred goes over mid-wicket. It's not going to go for 4 runs. Let's see. It stops just short of the boundary, and they will run 3. Here at the Darren Sami Cricket Stadium, Pakistan versus West Indies in the coming week. You can see the groundsmen in the distance preparing the pitch for that. And now Shaba eludes 2 players, comes inside. Bascom goes outside to Mackay. Mackay opting for an early cross, and wow, Hunt and Donate in perfect communication as Donate leaves it for his keeper. And it is now out towards Phillips, but it's not going to get there. Williams touches it down, plays inside to Bishon Richards. Bishon Richards comes outside, but is muscled off by Winfred. Winfred still calmly protects it from Bishon. He is letting Bishon Richards know that this turf belongs to him, and he's going to have to go back to Vincy to find a piece of turf for himself. Bishon Winfred. Hunt looking no doubt towards Phillips. Far post. He goes towards Phillips. Phillips jumps and he gets a head on it. It comes back over and it is back on the ground, and now there is an attack. It looks like Shaba. No, it's Pierre who takes the run, but Hunt is, if we are being fully honest, a very tough contender in plays like that. You're really going to have to flex those calf muscles to maintain your balance to get around him. Shaba touches it down cleverly with his shoulder. And now Alexander, he comes inside to Bascom, who tries to keep his man off and fits with a nice through ball, but a little too long for Keegan Cole. They find Shaba, he calls fit. Shaba just, it makes an errant pass, which is rare for him, but he plans to make amends. Shaba making 2 passes. He has to just recalibrate his scope, and I'm sure everything will be right. Desir comes wide. Hunt to Desir. Desir Plays it inside. A little weak this year on his pass. Shaba has it. No, Pierce, sorry, has it. He kicks it out. Phillips is behind. He heads to Cole. Cole is not going to get past Morgan. It's at Bascom's feet, and Bascom just nips it over. Mackay deciding whether to shoot or cross. He crosses, and Shaba is not able to connect. It's a defeat of Spear, who is tricky and goes down again in that part of the field. They look for Cole. Cole is going to get it. He has to take on Morgan, and well, we know how that goes. Morgan controls it well. And now Williams looking for Shaba, but doesn't find him. Donati with the ball at his feet comes out to Hunt. Hunt being very casual there as Bascom approached. And he puts it just a little too wide. Alexander, we want to take the throw in. It goes to Cole. Cole comes back in the center, and they're making a run is somebody. Can't see the number. That looks like in Charles, who switched sides. That's why we did not recognize him. He switched sides with Phillip, and Charles and Phillip switching wings. And a nice through pass, a little too long for Cole by Winfred. So Phillips is on our side, and then Charles goes over to the other side. Meanwhile, it is Williams, and a slow fall here. Williams, his leg just never ends, so it took the winger a long time to fall in Charles, but he wins the free kick. And again, this one no doubt Fitz is going to take the responsibility. He did not have a chance for the last one. This is the Fitz zone. We saw him score from here yesterday. And he adjusts his socks so that when he slides to the corner to celebrate, he does not damage his knees. Fitz very confident in this spot. So everybody looking at what he can bring. He approaches and he hits it. One bounce to the boundary for 4 runs. Fitz asking to be considered for the West Indies team this week, upcoming week against Pakistan here in the Darren Sami Stadium. Be sure to tune in to see that match. Pakistan making a tour of the West Indies. But Morgan has the ball in this moment. Comes to Shaba. Shaba makes a nice through pass, but he just needed maybe 10 or 12 feet of real estate. Real estate in this part of Grozile, very expensive, so he's not going to get it. And instead, Donate is going to take the free kick. Stu on the opposite side, telling his players to get into position. It's Cole and Morgan, and, well, we know how that goes. Morgan refuses to give Cole any room at all for those kicks. It's on Shaba's chest. Shaba goes outside to Mukai. Mukai puts it down. He looks, he considers beating Fitz, but he knows that it's going to be a tough pass. Wow! But they both do a little slide, and now it is Cole. Will he get it? No, he will not get it. So Mukai has been watching Fitz. He knows that he will attempt to stop the cross, and he caught him on this occasion. So these players obviously learning a lot about each other during this week. Desir intercepts, and now it is Winfred who passes it to Cole. Difficult pass to control. Cole becoming maybe just a tiny bit frustrated. He usually expects to have a lot more opportunities on goal at this stage of the game, but Morgan is making it very tough for him. Fitz pressuring, and the referee is going to call a foul before Jared Desir makes his play. And let's see what they could do. Williams is going in, probably the tallest player on this team apart from the goalkeeper. And it is out by Desir, but not out of danger. It falls to Bascom. He pulls it back. Hunt puts himself in the path of the ball, and it will go out now for a throw-in. Vincy continuing to press, looking for that third goal so that they can now be at ease. We remind you that at this stage, both of these teams have qualified for the semi-final rounds, currently sitting in first and second. However, they are vying to see who will finish top seed and second seed. I believe the top seed will play the second place group, which is Viewfort, and it depends on how it goes. Who finished second will play Trin City Nationals tomorrow. So it's a battle in the midfield here. Very dangerous part of the field for anybody going up against the select team with Winfred, with Wilfred, Desir. Hunt about to kick this one. Hunt getting instructions. 1 minute of time added on. Hunt goes far towards In Charles. In Charles controls it nice. He comes to Keegan Cole, who is not able to wrap his hip around it and keep it down. Cole, while happy to get the shots on goal that he has, maybe not so happy as to the accuracy of those shots hitting the target, or at the very least the gloves of Josh Stowe. So less than a minute to play, and Stowe decides to go deep to keep the pressure off. Shaba jumps in vain to Alexander, is up in the air. Phillips is behind it, he heads back to Winfred. Winfred lets it bounce and drives it across the field to In Charles. In Charles passes it in. Cole is not going to get it. Williams goes outside. Bishon Richards has the ball, but he gives it away. Bishon goes wide this time, over the top for Mackay. Mackay unable to cut past Hunt, and it goes out. Not Hunt, sorry, but that is Fitz. And it goes out. Less than 20 seconds left. Donate drives it long towards Phillips, and that is going to be the end of a very exciting first half of football. Exactly the type of excitement we expected. We perhaps did not expect a 2-goal difference this early in the game, but of course, this game is far from over. We know the reserves that St. Lucia Select have at their disposal, and they are going to try to slowly wear down this Vincy team, who do not have as many changes as them. Vincy do have competent personnel to change, but the coach of St. Lucia Select will do his best to finish top of group so they do not have to face Trinidad and Tobago's Trin City Nationals tomorrow. So we take a short break for halftime and come back shortly. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you receive the notifications as to the timing of the semifinals games tomorrow. I believe there will be games at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. And we will be posting the links to those games later tonight or tomorrow morning. And be sure to subscribe so you get the alerts as to which semifinal is playing when, and you can come out and support your team as they vie for the championship trophy of the 2022 Free Kick Youth Cup in St. Lucia. So we'll be back in a few minutes for Pakistan versus West Indies on the of course that's next week, but St. Lucia Select 11 against Vinci Ballers in this final game of round 1 of the Free Kick Youth Cup in St. Lucia. So we're on to the second half here. They score 2-0 to Vinci Ballers. Where my Vinci people at? Morgan being assisted by his arm in this scenario. Vinci Ballers using this opportunity to assert themselves at the top of the table. Keegan Cole positions the ball, but Fitz is challenging him. But Cole just... It's a kick for a left footer. Cole goes into the wall. Cole into the wall. And it's going to be a corner for St. Lucia Select. Looks like Cole is going to be the one to take charge. Swings that left foot in. He's out of danger. Bascom. And now chasing his peer. Is he going to get it? No. So, Fitz. Not Fitz, sorry. That is Hunt. Cole trying to get past two players. They're doing a dance. Bishon Richards not giving Cole any space to dance. So it was almost like a dance-off on the left side of the field. Alexander goes in towards Shaba, but he finds Bascom. Is now at the feet of... Oh, they made a change. I'm just noticing they made a change, so I'm going to have to consult with my team list to confirm the change. Alexander. Cole not aware of it, but somehow got it back, and then he puts a nice pass in, and the attacker cuts twice, 3 times, and it goes wide for a corner. That is, it looks like, we'll wait and see. It could be number 10, Raquel Millionel. So they come around. Cole goes over the top, a nice cross, and it's in. Phillips puts it in. Phillips being the go-to guy. Cole, this time with his right foot, showing that he has the ability to kick it both right or left. And St. Lucia Select mounting the comeback. Led by Donovan Phillips, at least his 3rd goal in this tournament, the 3rd goal we have seen on camera. He scored 2 in the opening game. So, couple changes now for Vincy. We will hopefully confirm them in a minute. So Matthias is on. And Davis is on. Chimani. Davis. Morgan goes over the top, and Hunt is helped down. Have a seat, something to drink perhaps, by the target man Bascom. And St. Lucia, very patient. They go over the top. Is headed forward, and Donovan Phillips going on a run, touches it over, but the goalkeeper still sits on it. So they come back out to Matthias. Donate doesn't find the space, but Williams is there to clean up. Alexander lets it slip under his foot. So it's going to be a throw in. Edged over. Cole gets it. Cole makes it cross. And this time, Matthias, no, is going to put it out of play to safety. Yes, it's Matthias. So Keegan Cole, somewhat of a dead ball specialist here for St. Lucia Select, is going to kick this one. He goes outside, but Riquelme not ready. Desir goes and it's 6 runs to the boundary. Desir opening the face of the bat up and slapping it on the leg side for 4 runs, and it's going to be a goal kick here for Stowe. Stowe comes outside. Ooh, an errant touch perhaps. Ooh, and the slapping of skin there, Matthias with an errant touch. Matthias only just coming on. And luckily, Phillips is up. Williams is going to go back to defend. Fitz is going to have to decide whether he's going to pass or shoot. He has the run-up of a man that wants to shoot, and he has the win with him. And he puts it over the banner, and Donate is going to restart with a free kick. Keegan Cole doing the needful, wanting to get things underway so he can get his goal. He's had 1 assist from the corner. They go out to Morgan. Morgan settles. Goes out to Alexander. Alexander turns. He has a lot of space in front of him. Tries to find Bascom, but Hunt intercepts. Bishon Richards gets it back at his feet. He now attacks, but closed down by Hunt. Hunt to Wilfred. Wilfred to Cole. Cole fakes, comes in, loses it to Bishon. Bishon, Cole having a hard time with Bishon Richards. Shaba comes up, and they lose it. And now there's a boo. The referee saves the day here as Cole was on a breakaway. 2 players down. Clashing of shins. Be thankful for shin guards. So Morgan is going to come all the way over. It's not going to get past Phillips. He heads it in. Williams heads. But it looks like Shaba that infringed on Phillips. Fitz passes it. A nice touch by Cole. Shoulder to shoulder by Shaba. Probably his first tackle of the day. Bascom. Wilfred very clever in the center. Goes outside, but just a little long for Riquelme Lionel. Yes, first opening day we saw Riquelme Lionel on the left side. Now he's on the right side of the attack. And these 2 players wrestling. And it's going to be a free kick. Put over the top. And Cole is behind it, but he goes over bars, but it does not matter. He was offside. And it's going to be a free kick for Vinci Ballers. Vinci Ballers, if I understood, took the scenic route to get here from St. Vincent via sea, hence scenic. But Matthias has it. Matthias goes over the top looking for Vascom. It's an arm-to-arm engagement. They look like they were dancing a waltz. And it is going to be a free kick in a dangerous position. Bishon Richards coming to claim it. Alexander posturing for an opportunity to kick it. Bishon Richards looking for a few players at the back post and a nice ball, but the linesman raises his flag. Fans complain, how could that possibly be offside, referee? But indeed it was, and the linesman raises his flag, and it is going to be restarted by the keeper, Donati. Donati goes long towards Phillips. He's going to get it. Is he able to control? Yes, but he's not going to get past Matthias. Keeper calls for it. He has to jump, and he saves it calmly. Very respectful Keegan Cole, not clashing into the keeper necessarily. Headed out by Bascom, but for some reason, the winger not able to mash clutch and change gears to get it. Williams goes across, comes in. Bascom tries to give him back, but cannot. And Cole is on the run against Morgan. Cole with an early cross, chest down, comes back out to Alexander. Alexander advances over the top, and it is safely out. Comes in off the ankles of Williams. Desir comes to Donovan Phillips. It bounces back to Fitz. Into Cole, Morgan heads. Shava looking around him. Desir is coming. Desir very difficult to muscle off the ball. Almost impossible, one would say, and a nice pass to Cole, but is offside. Desir very, very strong in the ball. He will win it. He will pass it. He will find the man. And there's going to be a change now for the Vinci boys. Coming on is number 15, Adams. And coming off is number 8, Jamani Davis, who I guess called for a substitute, experiencing some problems. He only came on, I think, a short while ago. I could be wrong. But he experienced some problems and had to come back off. No, he started the game, sorry. So Fitz is going to kick it. St. Lucia selects scoring their last goal from a corner. Keegan Cole not assisting Fitz. Does Fitz need assistance? Perhaps not. And that's going to be Braville, Donnell Braville with the throw. He changes his mind, decides to go long. A weird deflection, but the keeper, Donati, Justo has it over the top for Bascom. Can Bascom put his foot on it? It's a googly. And they see very strong on his feet, maybe a little too casual, but again, they see tackling. And the referee may have no choice but to point to the spot as Pierre eludes his defender. He was going away from the goal, but it does not matter because contact was made and the rules are clear. So this is a chance for Shaba to register. I have not seen him score. I could be wrong. He assisted a lot of goals, but I do not recall seeing him score. But we are going to see what Maxi Priest and Shaba can do from the penalty spot. Shaba approaches and Shaba puts it into the corner. As I saw that penalty, I feel like Shaba did score a penalty earlier in the game, because I recall similar celebration. So he may have already scored a penalty this game. And the St. Lucia Select team has their work cut out. But I know he's not afraid. Remember, these two teams already into the semifinals. They are just jostling for positions and a chance perhaps to avoid Trent City Nationals in Group A. Cole comes back to Desir. Desir goes long to Phillips, but he only finds Matthias. Touchdown. Good footwork, good strength. Ooh. Phillips. Oh, Phillips doing Shaba the dirty, but then being asked to take a seat off the field. Phillips, a player, has been both effective on the line and in the box. We saw him on the right side. Now we see him on the left side. We haven't seen Raquelme Lionel a lot. Ooh, Hunt, very composed. He comes outside. Ooh, referee is the call from the stands as Adams infringes the wingback. They go long, they find Lionel. Very strong on the ball. He does what he needs to be done. When Fred goes over the top, I don't think Phillips was totally prepared, but he gets it nonetheless. And he goes back over the top. Cole is underneath it. Winfred was not able to wrap his hip around it and get that crossover. St. Lucia Carnival passing just last week. Probably he is still tired from wrapping his hip in the soca dance way, as they would during Carnival. Nonetheless, ball is back in play. Adams comes into Morgan. Morgan looks for his options. He decides to go long towards Bascom. Bascom gets a big toe on it. It's not enough. It comes back wide to Phillips. Nice touch from Phillips. Somehow Phillips still has it, and I guess it's going to be a handball. I didn't see anything else there. Fitz moving as fast as he could. They're 2 goals down. They want to finish perfect. Fitz goes over the top. It's going to curl in and away from everyone. And not a whole lot of time left in this one, but still enough for the St. Lucia team to score 2 goals. With 22 minutes left. The Vincy crowd, no doubt, happy about where their team is in standings, and of course how they're playing. Ooh, clever footwork by Adams. Adams wraps himself around it, and the keeper is forced to get down and position himself. It's not quite over Wilfred, but it's now out. So, just looking back at the chat, I'm seeing a lot of Vincy support here with these ballers. A lot of Vincy support. There is some St. Lucia support as well. But there is a lot. Vincy supporters are out in numbers watching their team buy real estate here in Grosile, St. Lucia. Ooh, Fitz is clever. Fitz is not going to get past Adams on this time, but Fitz, we know he can be deadly both in attack and defense. So 20 minutes left. St. Lucia continuing to push. They're making a change. The striker Bascom coming off for number 18. St. Vincy, no doubt, with a 3-1 lead. With a 3-1 lead. Want to keep legs fresh. They play semi-final tomorrow. The coach must be mindful. Both coaches must be mindful that oh, wow. And it's outside the box, the referee says. And St. Lucia spared a life. So they set up the wow. So a nice free kick taken by Bishon Richards. Adams, crunching tackle by Desir. And what a nice game. What a nice game we're watching here. Both teams really expressing themselves. They both have the comfort that they are into the next round, but they have not at all pulled back the level of competition to really give the audience a good game here today, despite the scoreline. And good play there by Shaba. Oh, and a nice through pass, but it's not going to pass the defender. Life saved. And now St. Lucia has another chance. Ooh, very clever. Ooh, very strong as well. By this play only recently coming on. The referee pulls it back. Does not want to give more advantage than is deserved. In that case, it was Ajani Luis, who was tricky. He's also going to kick it. Changes being made as Wilfred has done his work for today. And Emil comes on. Over the top. Ooh. So Makai Emil, who I had earlier mistaken for another player in the St. Lucia attack, number 8. Ooh, sorry, no, I did not. Hunt, Keegan Cole, goes over the top and ooh, interrupted by Emil. Driven over, Morgan. Morgan very strong on it. Is he going to be able to get it out? No. And ooh, swing and a miss from Riquelme Lionel and a shot wide. So the keeper will take his time. These teams have a very important semi-final to play tomorrow. Up and over. This here. Tries to find Cole, who heads it down to Phillips. Comes back to Cole. Can Cole finish? Yes, no, he cannot. Josh Stowe contorting himself, temporarily removing his backbone to bend almost in the shape of a U to stop that Keegan Cole attempt. And perhaps one of the saves of the tournament. I had already called that goal for Cole, but Josh Stowe proving me wrong and forming himself into the shape of a U as he reached back to save that opportunity from Cole. So Stowe goes short to Morgan. Morgan through the gap, he will not get past. The defender comes out. Morgan. The sear over the top to Cole. Cole hits with a volley, but it's too much on it. He could not keep that big toe pointing down. Cole very deadly from that range. Wanting to put full force behind it. And it coming back out, Matthias. Flicked on this here. Over the top towards Cole. Cole puts it at his feet. He cuts two men and he puts it away. That is what we know Keegan Cole can do. A wrong direction. Cole eluding two defenders, cutting back on his right foot and putting the ball back 3-2. A wrong direction given from Cole. I warn visitors to St. Lucia, do not take directions from Keegan Cole because he gives wrong directions and he will get many tourist loss. In this case, 2 Vincentians. But warning, do not take directions from this Keegan Cole player as he sends 2 very, very competent St. Lucia, Vinci Baller defenders the wrong way and puts the ball into the back of the net. So it's up and over. Morgan, oh, wow, the medical staff will have to have a look. From here, it was the full impact. Morgan is down. We saw the impact that it came in with. And thankfully Morgan is up. Him bringing greater force to that collision. Had he been the one bringing the lesser force, it could have turned out differently, but Morgan, a very, very sturdy contender. You're going to have to do a lot to keep him out. Trainer Ricky Hill taking a look at him to make sure his vitals are intact. Meanwhile, Adams goes to Shaba. Shaba taking a bit too long, but fighting back for it. And Fitz to Shaba. Fitz and Shaba. And now on the far side is Raquelme with speed. And Alexander kicks it to safety. So we're all familiar with the popular TV show Better Call Saul. And well, as they do in St. Lucia, at least at the under 19 select level, Better Call. Up and over. Can St. Lucia select tie this game up? Not if Bishon Richards has something to say about it. Adams chasing, Adams stops. Ooh, Adams trying to be tricky, but this is Fitz who does not, and we see Cole. Oh, Cole cuts in beautifully. Cole cuts in again. Cole looking for the last post. And Cole not able to find the far corner, but you cannot trust this guy. Another Vinci Baller defender asking Cole for directions and being given the wrong directions, and fortunately Cole's, wow, nice piece of control by Adams. Cole not able to put it on target. So Fitz again into Cole. Cole touches it down nice. He goes into the gap, but it's closed down by Williams. So Fitz again, and they should expect this from Fitz and Cole. Over the top, and the keeper grabs it. We know that play. We've seen a goal come out of it before. Shaba into the gap. It's a little long. This year is there. This year goes to safety. Comes up the line. Shaba calls for it. Shaba goes back. Comes inside. This year. Ooh. And now Mackay, robbed by Williams. It's out wide. It's into Bishon Williams, who plays it a little long, and well, Hunt knows what to do with that. Just send him a reminder that this zone is not open for business. Hunt and Jared this year, two players that I'm sure no attacker looks forward to coming up against. They're both very quick, read the game well, play very strong in the ball, and, you know, last but not least, hit very hard. So, long ball into the box as they look for their third goal, but they are not able to. Donovan Phillips not able to keep that in play. And Justo will reset it. Takes his time, you know his team is up. There's no need to rush. They're making a change. And the coach keeping fresh legs for tomorrow's semi-final. This game, as is important as it may be, is not as important as tomorrow's game. So Williams gives a wrong direction to, giving his own wrong directions now. Well, he's not from here. We can't blame him. He does not know the directions. So Williams, again, twisting and turning this man can, very, very artful, very graceful with the ball for a tall player. Fitzy, Fitz the call. Back to Shaba. Shaba looking for plays. Shaba goes all the way over. A great ball, but it's intercepted. Riquelme not in the game perhaps as much as he prefers to be. Riquelme. Ooh. Hunt is a firm contender. That is, you know, as I said, this is not a player that any attacker should be casual by. He will remind you of your birthnight. Somewhat of an enforcer, but at the same time very composed on the ball. Able to anticipate, read, make plays. Can play center back. Much better number. Holding midfielder. We've seen both of them, Hunt and Desir, playing the holding midfielders, and it's tough to get past. That ball not going to get over Phillips. Bishon comes outside. Mackay. No, not Mackay. Ooh! Riquelme trying to get around Alexander. Ooh, and he tries to find Cole. It's a bit too long. Stowe has it at its feet. Adams comes in. Shaba has it. Shaba comes out. Williams intercepts. It goes to Recalme Lionel. Ooh, referee calling the foul. Hunt goes low, it's intercepted. And we're trying to figure out what the call is. Both players went in. We'll see what the referee's about to call. And now it's a breakaway. So there's an argument as to who fouled who, but in the end, Hunt wins. And everyone going up, except the two center backs. And it's going to be a shot on goal. It hits the crossbar. And his head is back inside and it's in goal. It is in. What a audacious and bizarre goal. A lot of excitement. A lot of excitement here. As we see the St. Lucian fans excited to see their home team score back to make this a very interesting match. And Hunt, from a free kick that many would argue should have gone against him. We heard the jeers, but it went for him and he made good use of it, clanging it off of the crossbar, and it headed right back in the goal to make this a very exciting 3-3 game. Shaba with a nice touch, and Shaba did not send instructions for that pass. And we see an extra. It comes back over Recalme, but he puts it maybe a bit too deep. The St. Lucian fans here are supporting their team on this Saturday afternoon. We have just about 6 minutes left. This one goes deep. The keeper misreads it. But just about 6 minutes left in this encounter. Again, as exciting as we expected it to be. These teams, even though they're both through to the next rounds, they are playing with a level of intensity and competition that the fans are really appreciating, both online and in the stadium here. And we can hear Saturday afternoon in Grosile, the St. Lucians in the area are out to support their team. They refuse to give up this real estate to the Vincentians. And we'll see how it goes. Williams behind it. It put into call, but it's too deep. And Stowe sees it out. So, will these teams settle for a tie? Oh, errant pass. It comes out. Williams has it. Williams goes over the top. A nice pass out wide. And now this is trouble. A nice cross, but it's broken up by Hunt. Hunt is stepping up. Hunt feeling confident from his shot that led to the goal. Shaba has it. Shaba. It's going to be very tough to get past this guy. Fitz, one of the best defenders in the tournament, in the commentator's opinion, of course. But Fitz has been solid. Very tough to pass. And now with his Pierre cuts back. It's cut out a second time by Donovan Phillips. And Shaba is going to have a second attempt. And there's another attempt short. Shaba gets it. Shaba being very, Shaba again. Shaba very tricky. My goodness. We do not know what to make of that. We do not know if, for a second we question. Tell us, Vincy, was this an intentional move by Shamron Phillips? Have you seen him do this in Dominica? Very tricky nutmeg. It looked maybe like an error, but we know there's genius in Shaba. So help us out in the comments. Does Shamron Phillips have what it takes to pull off a move like that, or do you think he had lady luck in his corner? Meanwhile, Adams has the ball. Adams comes into Williams. Williams puts it in. Keeper is there. Keeper goes long looking for call, but Morgan intercepting, taking a little piece of Alexander with him. And they go to Riquelme. Riquelme cuts it in. Riquelme over the top. It's out. Shaba has it. Shaba doing a little dance. It comes out towards Williams, but he will not get it. Goes down the line. And Fitz goes long. And is it going to go out? Keeper chases it, but it goes out for a throw. Goes back to the keeper. Keeper goes cross field and it's into the gap, but Morgan says no, thank you very much. Interrupted. Donovan Phillips cuts it in very nicely. Put across the field. Keegan Cole trying to put it back one touch. A little too quickly perhaps. Shaba changes the side of the field. They try to cut it into Keegan Cole, but it goes out to William, back to Shaba. Shaba instructs that he wanted his teammate to go over, but he did not read the note in time, and it goes over the top, and Riquelme, Lionel trying to catch Justo off of his line, but he puts a little too much power behind it. So enough time for a game winner here. Fitz behind this one. Desir behind it as well. Headed back in. Fitz. Shaba. Shaba takes his time. Comes back inside. Bichon. Cut out by Hunt. Hunt. Morgan's not going to let it pass. Does a somersault. And touched back by Fitz. Fitz goes up. Lucia is behind it. He heads it down. Fitz interrupts. And the referee calls a foul against Fitz. And that is the end of the game. A very exciting 3-3 tie. Very well fought tie. Very, very good game by these two teams. A very well fought tie. We will let you know. Follow SportsStream TT. Share the link. There is going to be very exciting semi-final games tomorrow. The 4 semi-finalists, 2 of them you see here, battle into a 3-3 tie in terms of St. Lucia Select, who never say die and came back from being 3 goals down, and Vinci Ballers, who show what they can do, and they came here to claim this first tournament trophy. And we also see play tomorrow in the semi-finals. We see Trin City Nationals, who had an off day today, them having won their group, finishing in first place in their group. And also View Fort South, who we saw earlier. Those are the 4 semi-final teams to be confirmed. And the games at 2 and 4 p.m. So follow us at Sportstream TT. Subscribe, like, share for the alerts as to which game will play first at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. We expect a very exciting semi-final. It's going to be tough. The 4 teams that are left, Beaufort, St. Lucia Select, Vinci Ballers, and the team from Trinidad and Tobago, Trin City Nationals. We are going to be sorry to see 2 of those teams bow out tomorrow. But tune in and see who will get to the finals of the inaugural 2022 Free Kick Youth Cup tournament in St. Lucia. We look forward to it, and we say have a good evening on this lovely Saturday afternoon in Grosley, St. Lucia.
And vibes and then just relax.
Beaufort South, 2 p.m. Trin City Nationals will come up against Vinci Ballers at 4. Mark Water in semi-final games, guys.
But it doesn't matter, one team has to play. One team would have to play first anyway.
Now, one thing against the nationals, they have good intentions.